This will come from yours.
You already know?
Not yet. Okay, let me get these questions. Which one?
Let me get this stuff.
Okay.
You got them?
Okay.
Y'all can't hear the music, but we in there.
Hello, Facebook. This is the Secretary, Renita Knight Lundy. We're going to go live with Reverend McFadden.
Hello,
We're both from Palm Beach County, but we have now been transplanted here in Tallahassee. And Reverend McFadden has been very kind to do a live interview with me for the National Action Network radio station. It's called Tallahassee National Action in Action. No, Tallahassee National Action in Action.
Yeah,
what I
that's
said?
right.
Okay. So we are getting ready to go live. I hope some of our people from Palm Beach County are listening or tuning in. And feel free to also call in. The call-in number is 850-671-1450. We have Reverend McFadden's mother here. Say hi, Mom.
Hi.
And the person that is holding the instrument, the device for our Facebook Live is Reverend McFadden's daughter, Leary. Leary, you want to turn around? All ready? So we'll be ready to go on shortly. Yeah, we're going to play church music, so yeah. You'll hear Don coming on. He won't be able to come in because he's in a meeting with FEMA all day today.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and go with FEMA because I need to go to work. And send me on over to Louisiana. I go.
So he's calling in?
Huh?
He's calling in?
He won't be able to call in.
Okay.
He said he was going to try, but he's not sure if he'll be able to. How late you over here, Karen?
Till Saturday.
Saturday, okay. My dad's coming down from Tifton because he moved from there to Tifton. I'm like, ain't nothing to do with Tifton.
It's a quick trip.
Huh?
It's a quick trip here.
Yeah, he'll be here about 2 hours. That's if he don't floor it. One time he showed up like an hour and a half later. I was like, no, we're gonna take your license.
He may have come through the back way.
Huh?
He may have come through the back way.
Yeah, he did. What you know about come from Tipton way back?
From where? Out
Tipton.
Back road.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where is he from?
He's from Palm Beach County too, but he lives in Tipton now.
Oh, okay. He could have brought me some cider.
You should have told me. I told him. Now, if you have a mailing list or something, you need to put my name on that so I know about your services and stuff.
We do email blasts.
Okay, so you got to put me on your email. Because someone else was like, the 8:30 service, he said, oh, we're going to Shady Grove. I'm like, did you say Shady Grove? I'm still trying to wake up.
8:30 service.
Yeah.
No, that must be another one.
Oh, yeah, we got to have you come preach at 8:30.
Oh, you saying hat? Oh.
Yeah, but I was in the 8:30 service when he told us that he was coming to your church. And I was like, did he
I remember
say?
it's on.
It's already on. It's not
Stay
on?
off.
Yeah, you need to turn it on. Yeah. Okay. It's going to be a second. Good afternoon, Tallahassee. I am Renita Knight, your host for Renita Knight Lundy, sitting in for Reverend Don Tolliver. And thank you for tuning in with us today. Today, my guest is Reverend McFadden. Reverend McFadden, tell Tallahassee a little bit about yourself.
Good afternoon, Tallahassee. This is LaNorris McFadden, originally from West Palm Beach, Florida. I'm living here now because I have the awesome and honorable privilege of leading the wonderful people at Shady Grove #1 there on Chairs Cross Road. I'm just a regular guy from West Palm Beach, Florida. I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a musician, I'm a producer, so many things I do, but most of all I love God and I love His people. That's just a little bit about me. I'm kind of crazy, so that's why I asked you before the show. Okay.
Well, see, the thing is that I know Reverend McFadden. I know Reverend McFadden from when he was small, when he was a baby, when he was mom and when he was dad, because I sung in a choir with his mother and father, a community choir in Palm Beach County. And so we call him a Voices of Hope baby.
Yeah, that I am. Voices of Hope. That is the foundation of it all. That is musical foundation. The director of that choir, the late Minister Wayne Leonard, was actually my music teacher for a little while just before he passed. And after his passing, there are many people that said that mantle just kind of fell on my life. I was playing all right, and it seemed like after that it just happened. I started playing, but I love the Voices of Hope, all those. So I know y'all don't know about Voices of Hope Tallahassee, but we're gonna make sure y'all know. Because they had a record, they was recorded way back in the 80s, and I actually have it on CD.
Alrighty then. Okay, Reverend McFadden, you've already told us some of the reason why you're here. Tell us, how did you get to Shady Grove, or as they call it, the Grove?
The Grove.
Okay, the Grove.
The Grove. It was absolutely the hand of the Lord. I was pastoring in West Palm Beach at Victor City of Power Church.
Correct.
A church we launched 5 years ago, actually. And the Lord told me there was more that He was going to have me to do. I didn't know what that was. But about a year ago, I actually went through a little bout of depression. Didn't know what was really going on, what was supposed to be going on with me. I just knew something wasn't complete.
Right. And
I turned it over to the Lord, and during that time He told me, first thing He told me was, it's the season for going back home. I didn't know what that meant. The season for going back home. So there were some adjustments we made in our church, and there's some things that happened in our personal life, and I said, okay, well, maybe this is the going back home that He's talking about.
Right.
And then another thing He told me was that there's going to be a geographical move. It's going to relocate. So, okay, Lord, if this is what you want me to do, this is my prayer. If this is what you want me to do, then I need you to close every door and only open the door that you have predestined and ordained for me. And you have to be careful what you pray for, because He will do just according to His word. He began to close when I say every door, any door you can think about, He closed it. He started closing every door in my life, but my wife and I, we didn't get devastated because this was the prayer.
Right.
And sometimes we get like Gideon. I got to throw something out. I need some signs. I don't trust my own judgment, my own will. Right. I need some signs. Lord, you got to show me something. So that was my way of Him giving me signs.
Okay.
Close this door, close that door. And I mean situations that I would have been qualified to be devastated. Okay. But the Lord showed us through it. Shady Grove it fell in my spirit one day. I'm not a stranger to the church, but at the same time, I had never been. One time I'd been there. There was a revival years ago when the former pastor, Elder Chester Brown, was pastoring. Right. He brought, who's now the Primitive Baptist, the National Primitive Baptist president, Elder Bernard Yates. Mm-hmm. He brought him in for a revival. I was in town for something else. Mm-hmm. So I swung by the church trying to catch the end of revival. The church was over.
Okay.
But I got to see Elder Brown and Elder Yates, and I spoke to them. That was years ago. That's the only time I had ever been to the church. Didn't know a whole lot about the church. And that church just fell in my spirit.
Okay.
So I began to inquire about it. And at the time I inquired, this night the pastoral search was closed. It was over. They were at the stage of candidates. They were getting ready to pick a pastor, and I was just through it. I said, okay, well, Lord, that must not be the door.
Right.
So I left it alone and went on doing what I was doing. And several months later, it was brought to my attention that it was open again. And it was reopened, and I went and applied. And even in the midst of that, I learned now that even in the midst of that process, it was the hand of the Lord that got me in there. God does honor His word. You know what I'm saying? He said He'll never leave us, He'll never forsake us. He would give us the desires of my heart. And I started praying on that thing and made that the desire of my heart. And here I am today as the pastor-elect of Shady Grove, #1, the Grove. Somebody say the Grove.
The Grove. Wonderful, wonderful. And we're glad to also have you here in Tallahassee. And we're hoping to get you involved in our community and involved in many things, because I'm sure that if Reverend Tolliver, who is the Vice President of National Action Network, and Reverend Holmes, I'm sure they'll be glad to have you come aboard and work with us, because people don't realize that we don't just show up when there's some noise to be raised. We are about community. So we're looking forward to new blood, young blood to get involved.
I'm ready to let's talk, reverends.
Okay.
And be the church. I was just talking about that a couple of Sundays ago. It's time for the church to be out loud.
Yes.
You know, we get quiet. It's time for our community. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's where it all started.
That's where it started. You know what I'm saying? If we trace history, the churches where these issues were dealt with.
Exactly. This is where we always went to for our strength, for direction, for advancement when we fell against that closed door.
Absolutely.
You know, you get the elders to start praying for you, and the elders getting you together and saying, this is what we have to do to get it moved forward. I mean, because people got to remember Martin Luther King was reverend.
He was reverend.
Okay. I have another question for you.
All right.
So now that you're in the Grove, what is that experience like for you?
Oh, you got to come one Sunday morning. Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Come for the Grove experience. And I'm telling you, the Lord has blessed us with incredible people.
Great.
I mean, anything that you need is in the Grove.
Yeah.
Incredible people, loving people. That's the first thing. When you walk through the door, there's going to be someone that greets you with love, with a hug. They're going to make you feel like they know you already. They did the same thing for me. I went in one Sunday. I was in town. This was after the process. I was in town and just went and sat in the back one Sunday just to observe the service. And a little usher, Sister Jessie. She ushered me and my wife over to the seat, tried to push us up to the front. I was like, no, we just want to sit here. But she just loved us in that service like she knew us the whole time. And you're going to get that every time you come to the Grove. Not only are you going to get that feeling of love and like somebody wants you to be there, but the worship is off the chain. We have an incredible music ministry, full band, choir, the praise team, and not just the worship's not just limited to the stage, but it fills the entire atmosphere, so that everybody gets an experience in the presence of the Lord. And that's what makes things easy for the preacher.
Right, because our generation now, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for God to come in and show up and show out.
Yeah.
And we're looking for word that we can follow and that we can take and feast on day to day. Because when we walk out the door, the enemy is there waiting on us. And we need these things when we go to work, when we go to community meetings, when we're with our family.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's what we're looking for. And the thing I love about it is that young people are more and more into the depth of the word.
Yeah.
Tell, if you don't mind, share with Tallahassee about how old you are.
I'm just a tender 36. That's all.
Just
that's tender.
Okay, all right.
Hey, I'm 36, which in this era, and I just know. I mean, every life is purposeful, but God called me for such a time as this.
Yes.
I'm 36, but people always said I'm older. I got an old soul.
Yes.
And y'all may hear it through the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
I have an old soul. Yet I try to remain relevant, to what's going on.
Yes.
And that is one of the keys to success in ministry, especially when you're pastoring or leading a church with multiple generations in it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's a man in our church. The oldest member of our church is 101 years old.
What'd you say?
There's another deacon that turned 90 just this week.
Uh-huh.
But then there are other deacons that are my age or younger. Mm-hmm. There are other people in positions, and it's a multi-generational church,
right.
Which goes into what you say. Like you have to be relevant. We have to respect the past. We have to respect what's there,
mm-hmm.
But we have to be relevant.
Right.
I'll use one of the good old hymns of the church. Says, "Just a charge to keep I have."
Yes.
You get down in there, and the deacon get happy and say, "To serve, to serve, to serve this present age."
Yes.
Our calling to fulfill. We have to be the relevant church that's on the front line, that's in tune with what's going on right now. And you talked about how the enemy is always waiting. The Lord gave me a life slogan back in 2002 after a major car accident. When all the dust settled of everything that was going on, He gave me this slogan: maintain victory. The Lord gave us victory on Calvary.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Y'all know it, over 2,000 years ago, He gave His life, He shed His blood, He died, He's died. Y'all know how to go. And He rose with all power in His hand. He did all of that to give us victory. But yet we sit around and allow the devil to snatch and steal our victory through frustration, intimidation, aggravation, all kind of things that's going on in our life, mm-hmm. and we automatically just get defeated. So I try to tell people, encourage people, maintain the victory that's already yours. This is something you don't even have to fight for.
Right.
He gave it to you. If you just accept Calvary, accept His sacrifice, you already have the victory. So I end every service. If you call my phone, my voicemail has it. If you call,
God says it.
But that's the slogan for my life, and I try to inspire people to just maintain the victory in this evil and wicked world, mm-hmm. that makes you feel defeated.
Right.
There are forces that are against us. They're real. Yes. They're real. But if you approach it from the mindset that I am victory, I don't even have to fight for this. I speak forth, and it's mine. That's who I am.
Exactly. Now, outside of preaching, being a pastor, we want to talk about your musical talent a little bit. As we said, we know that you came up as a Voices of Hope baby.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and we know that Waylon was your teacher. Wayne also taught me how to play as well.
You play?
Yeah, I play a little bit.
I didn't know that.
And I do a little something every now and then. But tell us more about your musical talent. What you have going on.
It's been a long journey with that, and I'm privileged to have my mom in the studio, as you mentioned, so she knows this journey firsthand. She asked us, please don't put her on the spot, so I'm not going to put her on the spot.
Yes, that's my fellow alto.
but we'll let her be back up in case I get off on this.
Now we can back you up.
It became serious for me really around the age of 6. It started making sense. Like, I would go to church. Every time I went to church, I'm going to the piano. I'm going to watch whoever's playing. I probably annoyed a whole lot of musicians, mm-hmm. but I'm going to stand there. I'm going to watch. and I would just look to see what their hands were doing. I would go back home and try to mimic it. In the midst of mimicking all the rest of the service, I would try to mimic what they were doing, and I noticed how they were skipping a note and things, and it helped me form chords. And so around age 6, it started making sense. And they didn't have to, I hear these stories, they didn't have to look for me. Like, I'm wherever the music is. Like, I'm going to be there. I had drums, I had tambourines, I had all kind of stuff in there. Around the age 9, I began to advance with it a little bit more, and I started playing for Sunday school at my home church, Mount Zion Christian Baptist Church. The Curtis Reed was the pastor at that time. You know where.
Yeah.
Amazing preacher and singer. I started playing at Sunday school. Around 11, I started playing more for the choir. By the time I was 12, I was playing out at other churches. You know about Roanoke?
Yes, I know about Roanoke. My dad used to.
I'm sorry, Tallahassee. We calling out all these Palm Beach places, but there's a lot of Palm Beach in Tallahassee.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I started playing for Roanoke's male chorus, and then I went on to play for Pleasant Heights, so many other churches, and it just went on and on and on. And the Lord started dealing with me in song. I started writing songs. At the age of 14, my first song was recorded by the Palm Beach Mass Choir called I'll Go Send Me. I need to kind of get that out and do something with it again. But I just kept writing, I kept recording. In 1999, the Lord blessed me to start a music ministry called LaNorris McFadden and Proof, which Proof is an acronym for people relying only on faith. You have faith in Him to believe, you know, that He's a healer, then you'll be the proof, you'll be the evidence that He's a healer. So Proof has done some amazing things with the blessing of God. We recorded 5 CDs, including a Christmas EP that we released a couple of years ago. Working on some other things. Music plays a major part in my life. I produced numerous groups. And then I wrote on several albums, and even next month, there's a new CD coming out by the Miami Mass Choir. Y'all remember Miami Mass Choir? What God has for me is for me.
Is for me.
I wrote a song for the Miami Mass Choir called "Thank You Jesus, Thank You Lord," with Zacardi Cortez, international singer. Zacardi's leading that song, and another friend of mine, Jaleesa LaFate, from Fort Lauderdale. That CD drops next month, and one of my songs is on that CD. It's a national CD. So everybody that's listening, look forward to that. New music from Miami Mass Choir. But the Lord just opened doors like that musically, and that was the vehicle He used, you know, to open up the door for me to be able to minister and preach. Go ahead.
Tell the people where we can find some of your musical works and services. You know, tell us, because he's on the internet. He's all over the internet.
Oh my goodness! YouTube.
Yes, YouTube.
You find a lot of our clips on YouTube, but for those that are looking for the full polished CD, we have several of them on iTunes, iTunes.com, Google Play, Apple Music, wherever you buy music digitally. We are there. CDBaby.com. We were in partnership with Universal, a Christian music division. Universal, the same company that makes the movies and things like that. We had a distribution partnership with World Class Gospel,
Great.
which is connected to Universal.
You're gonna have to be a member of Proof or something. What you think? But because I know when you started playing for my mom's church down in Greater Belton, she called me one Sunday when she said, "Child, your baby just sung and acted up in church." She said, "That LaNorris child."
Oh Lord!
And so I got a chance to hear the grown LaNorris McFadden when I was down there taking care of her. And if you all can get to YouTube or to Apple Music, the album is wonderful. You will love it. Now we're getting ready to wind down. We're into the Thanksgiving season. November, December, January. Please tell the people of Tallahassee one thing that you are thankful for and why.
Just one thing?
And wrap it up, because I got to do my wrap up.
You got to do your wrap up. I got to get out of the way. I mean, there is so much to be thankful for,
Yes,
but
it is.
you have limited me to one thing. I think the one thing that I am most grateful for is family.
Yes.
Is family. There are so many people that have to go through life alone. And there are some people that go through life alone and have family.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
but I thank God for putting me in a family
Yes.
that loves me, that welcomes me, that understands me, that keeps me in line. I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for family. My parents, my wife, my children are just my life. I adore them. They all have just crazy personalities, probably like their daddy, but it's all right. It's all right. But to see each one of them grow and be successful, Lyric's here in here with us.
Yes.
Oldest guy. I mean, I'm just grateful for family.
Yes.
And the family that loves me. We're not a perfect family, but we're a family that's definitely in love with each other.
Yes. Because I grew up with your dad. We stayed in the same neighborhood, played Foursquare in the street together, and touched football and all of those great things. And then, you know, like I said, I sung in the choir with your family. And one time Wayne had us do something separate. You know, he was pulling out the parts. I think we acted up that day or something. And Mars began to sing, and I was like, Mars can sing? I was just totally shocked. I could not believe it, you know. But family is important. Family gives you your direction and tell you which way to go, and it's my family that caused me to be active in the community, be active in you know, as a citizen. My mom sent me to the University of South Florida to college to get a degree in biology, and she got a phone call from my aunt and said, "Do you know that child's sitting in the shanty to divest out of South Africa?" so you know, the family gives you direction and leads you which way to go. Now, Tallahassee, we're getting ready to wind up, and what I want to say to you all is, I want you to enjoy your holiday, and I thank you for being with us. And don't overeat, but always be safe in what you do, and you know, just enjoy yourself. Okay, and we want to welcome Reverend McFadden and his family to Tallahassee. We want to let you know that we're excited about all the things that is going on at the Grove, and that's going to be going on at the Grove.
Absolutely.
And we're going to have you back again to tell us more about what's going on. And
Please do.
And like I said, we're going to get you active in our communities, and with the other ministers, you've already made contact with a great number of them.
Yes, some incredible preachers.
Yes, one of them is Reverend Simmons. Shout out to Reverend Simmons. And if you haven't met Reverend Holmes, we definitely got to get you to meet Reverend Holmes and Reverend Tolliver. But we just want to say welcome.
Thank you.
And Tallahassee is just can't wait. We can't wait to see what you and the Grove are going to do here.
Really excited, and I thank you again for having me on the show and giving me this introduction to Tallahassee.
Sure.
Which is my second home, but thank you for the opportunity, and I'm ready to get to work, ready to do ministry and build the kingdom and impact the community.
Okay. Well, Tallahassee, we're getting ready to wind down. In fact, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I am Renita Knight Lundy. I am sitting in for Reverend Tolliver, and again, I am your hostess with the mostest, and we'd like to say to you, Tallahassee, be safe, be healthy, be happy, and enjoy your holiday. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful holiday. Goodbye.
We made it, Facebook. We did it.
Okay, you gotta take a picture of us, because I got to post this as well.
Maintain victory. God bless you.